Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Gumball Sports Machine. On this Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. A lot of people have the day off. I know my regular job. I know everybody has the day off there. So, I hope you all have a great day. If you do have the day off, and celebrate Juneteenth. Um, yeah, but today, of course, I'm not by myself. I have D-Lo in the top right, and I have Kev in the bottom. What's going on,
No,
guys?
no.
It's like somebody wants to get kicked.
All right.
Get that. Oh, and then why haven't either of you guys said Happy Juneteenth yet?
I gotta work today, so you know.
Oh, just because you have to work doesn't mean it's not Juneteenth.
no,
Really?
happy Juneteenth to everybody out there.
I gotta work as well.
Oh,
See,
again, just because you have to work doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean it's not June 19th or Juneteenth.
I gotta work.
Wow.
wow.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna tell everybody. All right. Okay. Let's first order of business. Um, every day, every morning, first segment of the show, we go over the top stories of the day in a segment called. And first business. Monty Williams. Monty Williams was released today or dismissed, whatever word you want to use. Monty Williams after his first season of a record-breaking contract. At the time, he was the highest-paid coach of all time.
Are you playing music,
he
Jamal?
was dismissed today. Yeah.
Okay, I was just confused. I was like, "Where's the music coming from?"
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's like background music. Why'd you have to say something, dude?
'Cause I was confused. I was confused.
But Monty Williams dismissed today after the first season. Kev, was this the right decision for the Pistons after signing him to such a big contract?
I think it was a panic decision for them because after one season and it doesn't go well. Why don't you just try to like grind it out with Monty Williams? I mean, he's gone to the finals before. I'm not saying Detroit is a team that can go to the finals, but I mean, he's shown that he's a winner. So, what other options are there for you to go out and get a different coach? I mean, I think it's the wrong decision by Detroit by letting him go.
Vilo?
yeah, I mean, I don't understand the move either. We all know that Detroit is one of the bottom teams in the league, and it's really not close. But they have some promising young talent. Obviously, guys like Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey. They have Jalen Duran over there, and so they have a lot of promising pieces. And just because it hasn't really flowed yet, I don't think it's a reason to fire Monty, who, in my opinion, is one of the better coaches in the league. So I just don't understand the move, but you know, someone's always got to get scapegoated for a bad season, and it just happened to be Monty.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Swain said play the Undertaker music for Monty being fired. That was funny. But no, I think it was the wrong move. I think the roster that he was given in his first season, not very good at all. I mean, you have Cade Cunningham, but he can't stay healthy. Jaden Ivey didn't play nearly as well as he probably should have been. There's some players who did take a step. Jalen Duran took a step this season. So there's players that have potential, but I think after one season, I mean, Monty Williams' first season with the Suns, they weren't very good. They did go 8-0 in the bubble, and that was probably what they were known for a lot. But it's not like they had some 40, 50, 60 win season. And then the following season, they go to the NBA Finals after winning 50 plus games. So I think it's too early to give up on them now. But I mean, like D'Lo said, to each his own. I can't really say anything about it just because I mean, yeah, they did have an awful season. They did break the record and make NBA history for most consecutive losses. But, somebody's got to get scapegoated. Next up, I know you guys, again, aren't the biggest baseball fans. Willie Mays. Willie Mays, Giants and baseball legend, dies at the age of 93. And I feel like it's a good time to talk about this, especially on Juneteenth and what he did for the sport of baseball, for really the Black community as a whole. And in terms of sports and even just in general, Willie Mays was one of the greatest baseball players to ever live. He's known for making, one of the greatest catches in World Series history. He hit a lot of home runs, so he's a very good baseball player. He passed yesterday. I'll ask either of you guys if you guys know anything about Willie Mays. But no. Well, Willie Mays, again, as big of a baseball fan I am, means a lot to me and what he did for the baseball community, for the Black community, especially as growing up as a Black baseball player, something you don't see very often. But so rest in peace to Willie Mays, a legend. Next up, sources say Pascal Siakam is set to ink a $189.5 million max deal with the Indiana Pacers. This would be, I think, the biggest contract of his career. D'Lo, does Siakam deserve it? Is this the right move to extend Siakam and have that Tyrese Halliburton and Siakam duo for the long term?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if inking it so soon is the right call. Obviously, we probably all agree they're one piece away from contending, and I don't know how this mixes in with their ability to go out and sign another piece. But in terms of the 1-2 punch of Tyrese and Pascal, it worked. And we saw it in the playoffs. Pascal was great in these playoffs this past year. And so I don't have a problem with it. I think he deserved it. And I think him and Tyrese are only going to get better. So I think it's a good move from Indiana.
I think I agree with D'Lo. He's very much deserved a contract extension with the Pacers. They made it to the ECF, even though they got swept. Throughout the whole series, it looked like there was some close games that Indy should have won, but they came up short. But like D'Lo said, they are one piece away, one player, one superstar away from contending in the East. I don't think just having Pascal and Tyrese is enough, even though they have guys like Andrew Nemhard and other guys like Benedict Mathurin. Like I think those guys are good players to have on their team, but they just need another superstar like a Paul George. Or even I heard talks about Miami trading Jimmy away. I mean, Jimmy and Indy wouldn't be so bad either. I know D'Lo doesn't like that idea, but they're one superstar away, and I feel like after signing that extension, do they have enough cap space to even sign another superstar? Who knows? But we'll see.
I think bringing back Siakam is absolutely the right move, and signing him to a long-term deal. But I tend to actually disagree with you guys. I think they should build strictly around those big two. I think because if you bring in another superstar, I learned this firsthand. If you bring in another superstar, it's hard to bring in the role players to fit around those superstars. Yes, a big three would be nice. But if you could get two guys like you have Tyrese and like you have Halliburton, and you build around them, you get them Drew Holidays, you get them. And I'm saying this about the Celtics because they were so good. But if you bring in Drew Holidays, if you bring in Kristaps Porzingis, if you bring in guys like that to really help and build around that team, I think they could be a very, very much contender in this Eastern Conference Finals, or in the Eastern Conference. So I think I don't think they necessarily need a third star, but if you get a bunch of high-level star role players to build around them, Miles Turner is a very, very good role player. I think he's a perfect fit there. If you go again, Nemhard was very good, right? But now you need a three. You need a three. So you could, I guess, go sign a Paul George, or you can sign 3 or 4 very good role players and have one start and then have 2 come off the bench, so that when Tyrese or Siakam get tired, you have not as much production, but almost as much production as you had with them as you guys have with the guys coming up. So
the only thing that would be for me slightly different than what you're saying is, you know how LeBron AD won the title back in 20. You know, you those two guys are top 5 players in that year. I don't think Pascal and Tyrese are that elite of level of players to the point where you can have those two guys be the main superstars. I mean, we've seen flashes of what Tyrese can do, and we've seen flashes of what Pascal can do, but I just don't think they're on that level of top 10 where you can build around those two guys and bring in role players, because I don't think they have that type of superstar
okay, wait,
capability.
top 5 or top 10?
Top 10.
Okay, because you said top 5 for. I was like, I
No,
mean, Jaylen Brown and
I
Jason
said
Tatum are top 5 players.
I said top 5 like LeBron and AD that year when they won the title. They were top 5 players in their respected rankings. I just don't think Tyrese and Pascal are that on that level like LeBron and AD were when they built around him.
Okay,
I don't generally think that they need a superstar. I would just like them to go get another piece, and to me, the piece that comes in mind, and he's probably pretty cheap right now, is DeJounte Murray. I would love for them to go pick up DeJounte Murray and have him be a two-way guard for them, almost like a Drew Holiday. I think he would fit in pretty well. And from what we've been hearing, they want to get rid of one of either DeJounte or Trae Young. So I think realistically, if you can go out and get DeJounte Murray and not give up any of your main pieces, I think that's huge. But that's just a name that I would like to throw out there as a piece like that they need, not necessarily like a top name free agent guy, you know.
But why not get a guy like Alex Caruso then? Let me cut you off, Jamal, but I mean, Alex Caruso is, in my opinion, a lot cheaper than DeJounte Murray, and he can offer you, defensive side on the ball. He was one of the best defenders in the league this past season, and I mean, Chicago looks like they're about to blow up their team, so why not go for someone like Alex Caruso and you can sign more players after instead of DeJounte Murray?
Well, for me, it comes down to Tyrese Halliburton. He was very injury riddled in this playoffs. So if he goes out, I would trust DeJounte Murray more to step up than an Alex Caruso. However, I still think that DeJounte Murray could play that backup role if he needs to, similar to Alex Caruso. So that's why I threw out DeJounte Murray, but I also think that Alex Caruso is another guy that could slot in there. So
yeah, real quick. DeJounte Murray or Trae Young and Tyrese Halliburton have very identical play styles. So if it didn't work out with Trae Young, I don't think it would work out with Tyrese Halliburton. That's just my opinion. But we do have to move on. That was something to chew on. That was you doing every day. First segment of the show. But did want to move on because our first guest of the day is here. You've seen him before. I definitely wanted to bring him back to talk about the NBA Finals and what occurred, and maybe the downfalls of the Mavericks and the successes of the Boston Celtics. But at this time, we bring in my barber, the best barber, Sudi. What's going on? What's the word, boy?
Man. I just want y'all to know, man, I lost some money. I damn near lost my honey. And I lost some more money. Nah, all jokes aside, though. A nigga did lose some cheese, though. I ain't gonna lie. Shit.
What you put money on?
Nigga on the Mavs. What you talking about?
The whole series?
I was proud. The whole series. I was proud. Nah, I'm not crazy.
You crazy for
I was proud. Talk to me, man.
All right, well, you brought up already. The finals. Boston did beat Dallas in 5. You originally had Dallas winning the series. What disappointed you the most about Dallas and how they played in the series?
For me, man, I have to say it was Luke, man. It was Luke. Kyrie never showed up, but it was Luke. for sure. It was definitely Luke. I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics. I just don't know what happened. I truly don't know what happened. I know that the Celtics is a good team. They have been really good. They're really solid on the perimeter. They have what they need to execute games. But man, I just didn't see that it was happening like that. I didn't see it happening like that. Yeah, Luke, man,
Go ahead, D'Lo.
Luke was bad. Luke was bad, man. Luke was bad.
Much agree.
I understand he was kind of lackluster in the finals, but um, does this discredit his playoff run at all? Like
Oh
in
no,
its entirety of how he performed?
no, not at all, not at all. It definitely like speaks volume to his character and where he started in the first round. In the first round, worked his way all the way to the finals, and he just didn't have I guess, the leadership to do the things that the team needed. Besides the other aspects of the game that he was doing, he needed to play defense, and it showed up. He truly needed to shuffle those feet, and if he probably would have did that, the rest of the team would have followed suit. So
I
I feel
have
like
two.
he missed that.
I have
Go
two
ahead, Kev.
questions. Does this whole entire playoff run does this does this make Kyrie not a top 10 point guard in the league no more? And my other question is, what do you think Dallas needs to do to bring in do they need to bring in another player, or what do they need to do to go back to the finals?
All right, let's start with your first one. The top 10. Kyrie was top 10.
Point guards, or shooting guards.
Oh, whatever you want to call him, point guard, shooting guard. Kyrie top 10.
Do you think he was ever top 10, or do you think he's not top 10 no more? That's my
Do I
question.
think he was top 10? Maybe before. Do I think he was top 10 before the bullshit happened in the finals? I don't think he was in the top 10 before the finals, but previously, like years before, yeah. But I think there's point guards now that are ahead of him. There's things that Kyrie can do that's better than the other guards, but I don't think that Kyrie has what those other guards have. And that's a lot of it is height and size for sure. Kyrie's a small guard, and you see how it affected him in the finals. So I definitely say at one point in time he was definitely probably the top point guard, but right now I don't think he's up there. There's a few guards that's probably better than him and can do things better than him, and that's for sure.
This
I think Jamal's
obviously.
frozen again. Oh, there you
Am
are.
I frozen? Oh, okay. I was
You're
gonna
good now.
obviously. All right. Obviously, last year when Dallas first traded for Kyrie, didn't work out. They missed the playoffs. They were not very good. Missed the play in like
But
they were like the 11th seed.
when they traded for him last year, Dallas wasn't doing that good.
No,
So
no.
he was brought
They
he was brought in to kind of sew some shit up together, and
yeah.
it was kind of late. It was kind of late.
Yeah, and so obviously you saw like it didn't work out at all. They didn't even make the
Yeah.
play in. So what I want to ask you is this finals run, obviously they were fantastic in these playoffs. The Mavericks were, especially after acquiring PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford at the trade deadline. But what I want to ask is this a one and done finals run for the Mavericks, or do you see them coming back?
I was just talking to myself about this last night. Well, after the Celtics won, it's gonna be hard for the Celtics to even get back. It's gonna be hard for Mavs to get back. I honestly really don't see. I would say that the Celtics have a higher chance than the Mavs to get back, and I don't think that the Mavs could probably get back next year, maybe a year after or something. But if they don't fix the situation that they have right now, and the situation that they have is Luka's just too ball dominant, and that affects their offense, and that affects the flow of your role players over PJ Washington, over Derrick Jones. When they're not getting those touches, Daniel Gafford. You see what happens. They was rolling when the ball was moving, and everybody was touching it. So I think that the Mavericks need to go back and reevaluate their offense and how they want to run it. If they feel like they're going to run it through a one-man show, it worked, but once it got to the finals, that shit got stopped. So I don't think that's something that they can probably run in the long run to actually compete for the shit. So I
Go
think
ahead,
that's
Kev. I
something
know.
that they need to change.
My bad. Go ahead, Kev. I know. I remember you had a 2-part question. I think I stepped in a little bit too early.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. My second question for City was what do you think Dallas needs to do? Like, do they need to bring another piece, or what do they need to do with their team in order to make it back to the finals?
I think they need another. They need another. They need some type of legit 3-and-D. Like I feel like they lack that, and if they did lack that. They had no legit shooter on the floor. No one that they could just, when they're getting double team, swing to the corner or hockey switch to the corner or however you want to make that pass or make that, they never had that. Derrick Jones was athletic. PJ Washington, he's a volume shooter. You see what I'm saying? They never had no one that could just truly just spot up for them. So for me, I think that that's something that they would need is a 3-and-D. I'm not too sure on the 3-and-D that they need, but I know that it's some type of 3-and-D player.
So
I'm
there's
okay
been
with
talks about Paul George leaving the Clippers. Do you think that's an excellent player to bring in for the Dallas Mavericks?
No. It's one basketball. We can't have 3 people that need the ball to create something. They already have 2 people that can create. They don't need 3 of them. That's all. That's a situation that's going on with Phoenix. They have 3 people that can create for their own self, but there's only one basketball. You see what I'm saying? Somebody has to sacrifice. And if I'm Paul George and I'm coming to the Mavs, there's no way I'm sacrificing. So it's just little things like that as a player you have to think of. But I think that they need to come with a humble 3-and-D person. I would take like a Mikal Bridges or Denny Smith, like Smith Jr. that they used to have. Denny Smith Jr. They had the pieces, and once they traded for Kyrie, they let a lot of those pieces go. Because Luka had the team that he needed to win. He just didn't have his Robin to his Batman. And once he got that, all his shooters left. All his shooters left. Mavs had a lot of shooters before they traded for Kyrie Irving.
So I know we talk about how bad Luka was defensively in the finals specifically, and Jamal has been saying it's because the first 3 opponents that they played didn't really target him defensively. But I saw a stat yesterday that said Luka led the playoffs entirety in steals. So I just want to know, is it an on-ball defense problem or is it defense as a whole? Because from what it's telling me, it's just on ball. But I want to get your thoughts on that.
Okay. He's a terrible on-ball defender. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's terrible as fuck. I don't care how you put it, however you want to justify it, he's not good at moving his feet side to side. But when he does the little in-between shit to get those steals, he's good at that. I've watched him do that plenty of times. We can go from the first series when he played the Clips. Tyronn Lue is the type of coach he's going to pick on whatever he feels like is the best matchup for his stars or whoever it is handling the ball to score. In the first round of the Clips, Luka was put in probably 90% of all the pick and rolls, whether it was James Harden or it was Paul George or whoever the ball handler was at the time. They were always picking on Luka so they could put him in that role. Luka played probably some of his best defense I felt was against the Clippers, even though the Clippers picked on him a lot. So, like I said, he's definitely a liability on the defensive end for sure, and that played a big factor in the reason why they lost. Because Jaylen Brown, Joe Mazzulla, they already knew what the game plan was. The same thing that Anthony Edwards and them should have did: attack Luka Doncic as much as you can, and they didn't do that, but the Celtics did that. So you see the difference. You put this man in all these positions to guard and happen to guard all these different players, man, he get tired. But back to your question again, not a good on-ball defender at all. Not a good on-ball defender. He's getting blown by and everything.
Yeah, no, he's not, and then D'Lo kind of mentioned. I've been saying the key to Luka Doncic is take him defensively. Whoever he's guarding, have him go 1-on-1. Just tire him out. Tire him out.
If you ever watch him defend, he always goes to the person that's doing the least.
Yeah.
So he always goes to the person that's the 3-and-D on the team. So whoever's going to spot up in the corner, the left or the right wing. And he was doing that on the Celtics. Sam Hauser. We checking Sam Hauser. What Jalen Brown, JT do? Come here.
Yep.
Pick and roll.
Yep. Put him in the pick and roll.
Put him in the pick
Yep.
and roll. Make them feet move. Come on, it's easy. It's chess, not checkers, man. They was making that shit too hard.
No, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to switch sports for a second though. You are a Lions fan. I,
Don't play with me. Hold on. We switching sports. Don't play with me. Hold on. Don't play with me. Where my shit at? I gotta be prepared. You want to talk about my goddamn niggas? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Hey, as soon as I was like, yeah, I gotta talk about the Lions. So obviously, the Lions made it to the NFC Championship game last year. Had a lead, but then did end up losing that lead after halftime. But the upside still looks very, very high for Detroit. Where do you see them? Do you see them making a run back to the NFC Championship? Do you see them winning the NFC North again? Where do you see the Lions getting to this year?
Okay, I see us taking the North again. I definitely see that happening. It's gonna be a man. Football is so difficult, man, and it's such a hard sport.
Yeah.
16, 17 games, 18 games, whatever it is now. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to jinx my boys because you know that shit can happen. But I see us taking the North for sure. I honestly see us in the Super Bowl this year, man, to be honest with you. And that's legit.
What's the biggest reason for that?
Corner. Man, the defense. All the pieces where we lacked last year, we picked them up. Our line, the trenches, trenches is right. And then from the DBs, Carlton Davis, a few other ones that we picked up, the ones we picked up in the draft. Oh yeah, come on now. It's that time.
Go ahead, D'Lo. I do want to say I'm a big Terry Arnold fan. The way he played at Alabama, and then y'all drafted. I love Terry Arnold. I wanted the Cardinals to get him, but yeah, he was very good. But
we have two of those. We have him. We picked up him, and you can't forget we got B Branch too. Come on now.
That's right, Brian Branch. Yeah. That's a good secondary. That's a good secondary I got, man. But I seen D'Lo shaking his head. D'Lo, go ahead, take off.
Listen, I'm gonna start by saying that I am a Niner fan. Okay, so listen, don't do that.
Let me just tell you. Hold on, before you finish, you was scared as hell. all y'all in San Francisco, the whole bay thought that these motherfucking Lions from Detroit, they came all the way over here. Yeah, y'all niggas was scared. Oh God, y'all was scared.
Y'all had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, but
hey, all he had, he fucked up. He fucked up when he was waving to the crowd. CJ Gardner. I wish he would have never did that. He pissed me off. He fucked up.
So I just need to know, because that's more than likely the NFC championship game matchup. What do the Lions have to do to get over that hump and to get back to a place to compete for a Super Bowl?
Honestly, we just really can't shoot ourselves in the foot, and we got to take every game like we did last year. Just like Coach said, every game matters, and we got to play them like it's the last for sure. And honestly, build on what we had last year. We've been dog shit since I've been a young buck. And I ain't a young buck no more. I'm getting old now, so we're getting better. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. So hopefully we can build on that. I pray that we can build on that. And we have been. We've looked better. The situations that we have around us are better, from the GM all the way down to the players. It's been better, man. It's been better. And even if they don't win anything, it's just better to see that they win it. And that's true. That's honestly a true thing to say. Like, if we don't win shit, as long as we win in games and we beat the fucking Packers, That's all I care. Beat the
Go ahead,
Packers.
Kev. You got one?
We beat the Packers and we beat them goddamn Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that sounds like an NFC North rivalry right there.
We got to see the Lions step up big time last season. And we got to see guys like Laporta, you guys rookie tight end last year had a big step up. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown looking like a top 5 receiver in my opinion last year.
And you can't
And
forget
then
our 1-2 punch.
and then you also have Jamal Williams and Jameer Gibbs as well.
Jameson.
So, yeah.
Jameson Williams.
No, Jamal Williams.
The running back. Yeah.
I'm talking about our 1-2. He throwed on that 1-2
yeah.
punch.
Jamal Williams and David Montgomery. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Wait, Montgomery? No. Jamal Williams.
Montgomery left, huh?
No, David Montgomery still
no,
with the Lions.
Jamal Williams is on the same.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs. Yeah. Montgomery, my bad.
Yeah, it's Gibbs. And Montgomery.
Yeah, and then on defense too. I love Aiden Hutchinson. I like when I see him play, he has the potential to be one of the best pass rushers in the league.
He could lead the league in sacks. He can lead the league.
No doubt. I seen him with my own eyes too. Like from the eye test, he looks like almost like another Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett type of player.
They hold Hutch so much. I've been watching Hutch for the last 2 years. They hold Hutch like 90% of the plays. That boy he coming.
So my question for you and for your team. Do you think you guys have what it takes, what the team like you guys have right now, to beat the team like the Niners or anything or any other teams that are in the NFC? Because Jamal and I, we both picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. So I mean, there's no doubt that we think you guys have what it takes. But do you think the team you guys have right now is good enough to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? Or
this is the team. If we're gonna do it, it's gonna be this year. This is it right here. This is definitely the team. This is the team, like all the way because we've been building from the beginning, from our Jared Goff, and trying to figure out our situation with the running back, and then getting our situation with the line, getting our O line together, getting our D line together. Now we finally got the D backs and all that shit together. So this is it right here. This is it. This is literally all in right here. Like last year, it felt like all in, but this year is literally all in. This is it. Like, Jameson Williams is gonna touch the ball more. Like this is it. Like this is it right here. If they don't do it, I don't know what to fucking tell them after this. Like literally, this is it for sure.
Hey man, it's good. It is. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, one more for you, Sudi. So like Kevin said, I picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Kevin picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. The reason why I said that is because more than likely you're going to see the 49ers in the NFC Championship.
Oh, big time.
Again.
But y'all better bring back Brandon Ayuk.
It's not going to happen.
I think he's out of there.
He's out of there. He's long gone.
But
it sucks to say it. He's gone.
I feel bad for y'all on that.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But the reason why I picked that
pass on Veldor, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good.
Football shit. He caught that gay. I hate number 29 on the Lions, Veldor. And Brandon Ayuk caught that ball, and he said it was a ladybug that helped me catch that shit. Nigga, stop that.
No, you could. But the reason why I picked that, especially in the NFC Championship, is because obviously I like both of the teams' rosters. But when it comes down to the playoffs, it is who can have more elite quarterback play in the big moments, who can make more big time throws. And I think this year, it'll be Jared Goff in that position. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Brock Purdy or Jared Goff are very elite quarterbacks in their own right, but I think Jared Goff can make more big time throws than Brock Purdy when he absolutely needs to. What do you think?
Dealer's about to go off right now.
All I'm gonna tell you is don't say that about Brock Purdy. ever again. I got some respect for you, D-Lo, in the corner. I ain't gonna lie, fam. Because that's
He's not. He's. But
you don't
talk about Brock Purdy when you talk about the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Allens, the Jacksons. Those are elite.
I'm trying to give you my reason why.
Okay.
Burrow ain't never been to the Super Bowl. So how the fuck
yeah.
Burrow? Oh, my bad.
In 2021.
My bad. Yes, he had against the Rams, and they lost.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Okay, my quarterback's been to the Super Bowl, so how the fuck he can't be elite?
I mean, okay.
His quarterback been to the Super Bowl. Hold on. His quarterback been to the Super Bowl. How he can't be elite? Your quarterback ain't been to the Super Bowl.
You talking about Kyler? I ain't say nothing about Kyler. I'm
just saying your quarterback ain't been to my quarterback. He ain't been to the Super Bowl with the Lions, but he been to the Super Bowl. So that makes him I'm not saying that makes him elite, but that gives him, I feel like, some type of edge over other quarterbacks. That's just like with Brock Purdy. He has an edge now over other quarterbacks because he's been down the road. You know what I'm saying?
He have an edge on Lamar Jackson?
Yes, bro.
Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs.
But he's never been down the road. Why he can't get down the road?
So okay, he have an edge on Josh Allen?
And I'm not taking Josh Allen can't get down the road either.
You telling me Brock Purdy better than Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen?
I'm not telling you that he's better than them, but whatever he's doing in the offense, he's better than them.
But when you have the best constructed roster in the league, I can go out there and throw 35 touchdown passes.
Okay, so what is the best of his offense? What are you trying to say?
You have the best running back in the league. The best running back in the league. The best head coach in the league. Top 3 head coach in the league. You have Deebo Samuel, top 10 receiver.
Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches. Okay, and then he got one of the best wide receivers. He got probably a great tight end, and then he has a good running back. But a lot of his passes are check downs, just like my quarterback.
But let me tell you, there's a reason why Jimmy freaking Garoppolo made it to the Super Bowl. And now there's a reason why he's on the Raiders and he's terrible.
A lot of that is because of the scheme that the 49ers run too. They're like you said, their head coach is pretty good. But still, I'm not trying to take nothing away from Lamar or those other guys. Maybe if you plug and put Lamar into the 49ers concept, maybe they go down the road. But right now, he's not going down the road. I'm not trying to say that he's not elite, but I'm just saying that these other quarterbacks that have gotten past winning more than 1 playoff game, 2 playoff games, and get into the situation to putting themselves in a bowl game, I just feel like that gives them a competitive edge over these guys that are winning MVP and shit like that, and not getting past, getting close to winning anything. That's how I look at it. I definitely get where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying, for you to be so great, why can't you get so far? If it takes
it's everybody around you. So, I mean, like I said, you have the best running back in the league.
But everybody,
we have the second or third best tight end in the league.
That's just like basketball. Once you get to the league, you should be the best of the best. The best of the best is here in the league,
right?
So I don't understand why it's the best running back, the best this. They all should be the best at this.
If you put Lamar Jackson in that offense, Lamar can run backwards and still make it to the Super Bowl.
He probably would. I probably would. But once again, it's because of the concept of the offense. Their offense is very shit. That's why the Lions struggle with it.
Yeah,
it's very complicated. It's a very complex offense. No cap. From the running back to the wide receiver, from the running back going out there and being a wide receiver, from the wide receiver coming back, being a running back. Like, that's a lot of shit going on.
Right. I mean, man,
I don't. Nobody trying to talk bad about your team, fam. I like the Niners.
No, the team is amazing. The team is amazing.
No, don't worry. There's a reason I had to mute my mic this entire time. I would have went crazy just now.
The team is amazing. The quarterback is the reason why they lost the Super Bowl.
What's wrong with Purdy? I'm trying to understand.
He can't make the plays when he absolutely needs to. The throw he made to Ayuk was a lucky throw. That should have been picked off.
He's a game manager.
In the NFC Championship. It should have been picked off if we're being all the way real.
He's definitely a game manager, that's for sure. He's just there to manage the game.
because he's not gonna because Jared Goff, and that's what
Okay,
I
so
told you.
is
Jared Goff
is Jay
can make
is
the
Jay
big time
Goff
throws.
is Jay Goff a game manager or is he whatever else you want to call him?
He's a game manager.
Thank you, because that's what the fuck I see him as. I've always seen him as that, but he is elite in certain ways.
Who's
Just
elite?
because I'm only saying he's elite because, bro, it takes a fucking lot to get to the fucking Super Bowl.
I understand that, but there's a certain because you can't use the word elite for everybody. Elite is for a specific.
I'm not trying to say like he's like everything is this, everything is that. He's on target. He's on target. I'm like I gotta explain my definition of elite. Like I'm just saying like he's taking what he's giving and he's taking his team down the road. Even with my dirt ass team, we were trash. And we even had bad things to talk about Jared Goff that he wasn't gonna do this, he wasn't gonna do that, and he took my team over the hump. I even fucking felt like Jay Goff was gonna destroy my team.
But
honestly.
that same team you said Jared Goff took to the Super Bowl, they traded for Matthew Stafford, and that same year they went and won the Super Bowl. So how elite really is Jared Goff?
They did. They definitely did. They did. That's very true. That's very true. But once again, they got Matthew Stafford. I wouldn't want to say that he's a better game manager, but honestly,
But okay, so but if you call him elite in terms of game managers, I'll give you that. He's an elite game manager. But
I'll put it like that then, an elite game. I wasn't trying to say that he was an elite quarterback at all. Because it takes a lot for him to get to that. I'm just saying in terms of winning, he's elite with that. As in terms of winning, he's been winning since he's been in the league. Let me put it like that. Not as far as his athleticism, the way he's throwing the ball, all that other accolade shit. He's not on that. He's not on that level.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But Sudi, hey, as always, man, I appreciate you for coming on, spending some time with us, man. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you coming on, spending a few minutes with us.
Man, let me tell y'all, I enjoy this. This is really cool. Stop looking like you mad as hell up there in that corner. Pull your goddamn drawers out your ass.
Hey, I told you I had to mute. I can continue this conversation for so long, but Jamal's got to say we got to move on. So
I only know a little bit about football. I watch it, but I'm not too like into it like how I am about basketball. I just watch it to know enough that's going on. But basketball, that's my talk. We can talk all day about that.
Yeah.
All day.
No, for sure. The draft. And Kevin and I was talking. We go maybe, are you I'll talk to you off the air, but maybe Friday. I want to have probably like 5 or 6 people come on and we can do our top 10 NBA players of all time. Top 10 NBA players of all time.
That's gonna be crazy. Something right there. That's gonna be something.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see y'all top 10 point guards. Because y'all got me hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got me feeling
Kyrie about it there. Kyrie not top 10.
Y'all got me feeling some type of way. Y'all know that man said that Kyrie wasn't a superstar. What's that boy name? I forgot. Whatever his name was on during this series with Luka and them, that Kyrie is no longer a superstar, that he was just a regular player. And
regular player is crazy, but also superstar I think is also crazy. I don't think
I never ever thought
he's a star. He's a star, but he's not a superstar.
I never ever thought he was a superstar. I always thought that he was a star within his role. Like when he was with LeBron, he was always what LeBron needed.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Like LeBron get into a jam, I always know that I got this nigga Kyrie that I can give the ball to.
He was LeBron's go-to guy.
Right.
Yeah. He was the perfect round. LeBron.
Yeah, whether he needed to spark the run, start the run, initiate, whatever it was, LeBron always had that. I never thought that Kyrie was ever a superstar. Never in a day.
I agree.
Never in a day.
Absolutely agree.
And I played enough 2K to know that he was never a superstar.
I absolutely agree. Not for sure.
Bro.
But hey, Sudi, I appreciate you, man. The draft coming on next week, so we definitely got to have you on there and talk about whatever the Lakers did, whether they took Bronny, whether they didn't. So But Sudi, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
Before I forget, I keep forgetting. Is there anything you want to shout out? Instagram? Anything you want to?
Hey man, y'all come check me out at Sidelines Barbershop. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Suwop the Barber. Y'all, anytime y'all need a cut, y'all in the AZ area, y'all come get with me. And yeah, life is good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Life is great.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing, I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right beside you. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I love that. I like that a lot.
Enjoy that podcast, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you letting me come on too.
Always, man. Always. It's definitely when it's conversations like this, man. It don't get better, bro. It don't get better than this, man. This is cool. So yeah, I appreciate you, bro. For real.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sudi.
Yes, sir. Deuces, y'all have joy.
For sure, you too, bro. So that was appreciate you. Huge shout out to Sudi for joining us, man. That was awesome. As always, he's always got good insight on both football and basketball. But our last topic of the day, somebody. So I said something on yesterday's show that D-Lo didn't necessarily take too kindly to.
Opinion.
Well, if you know me, and Kev, I know you know me, and not like if you're any of my friends, you know me personally, you know that I believe Klay Thompson is the most overrated basketball player to ever touch a basketball. And there's a reason to that. Now, I'm not taking away any of his shooting ability. Klay Thompson is the second greatest shooter of all time. Second, third, he's
top five.
Top five for sure. Wherever you put him, I'm not gonna argue. But he's the most overrated basketball player to ever touch a basketball. He was never a superstar. He was never a superstar. Let's just get that straight. He was never a superstar. He can be an all-star if he wants. That's cool, fine, dandy. For his shooting ability, that's cool. That's whatever. But Klay Thompson is never a player that you'd be able to put on his own team and he'd be able to take to the playoffs. Never was. Never will be. Again, he had a huge part in the Warriors dynasty. He did, but all right, D-Lo, go ahead and take off.
Listen, there's a lot of stuff in there that I agreed with. I'm going to start with that, okay? You take Klay Thompson, you put him on his own. I don't think that he is leading a playoff team to the playoffs, right? I don't think maybe he can sneak in as like an 8 seed. Oh, this is prior to the play-in, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, the play-in now, you only need to get to 10 and you have a chance. But prior to that, I don't know if he would be able to get there maybe as an 8 seed, okay? But we're going to sit here and act like prime Klay Thompson wasn't one of the best two-way guards in the league. We're going to sit here and act like he wasn't. He is a two-time all-defensive team player. Two-time, okay? He is a two-time all-NBA guard, okay? He is a 5-time All-Star. He's got a gold medal. Well, he's got 2 gold medals. He's got an Olympic gold medal and he's got a World Cup gold medal. He's got 4 titles. Okay. He's got the record for the most points in a single quarter. He's got 37 of them. Most NBA players can't score 37 points in a game. And he did that in 1 quarter. Okay. He is one of 3 players ever to have 300 threes, at least 300 threes in a season. At least. Okay? He's got the record for the most threes made in a game. So to sit here and tell me that Klay Thompson is the most overrated basketball player to ever touch a basketball, I can't go. I cannot go. And I want to hear your reasoning outside of the fact that if you put him by himself, he would not be able to lead a team. Because there are a lot of guys in the league that cannot do that we do not consider overrated. We saw that with Kyrie. We were just talking about him. You put Kyrie, he was in Boston. He's not taking his team anywhere. But we don't discredit Kyrie for that, right? Kyrie is not a one guy. He is a 2 or a 3. That's okay, right? Klay Thompson is not a number 1 guy. He is a 2 or a 3, and that is okay. That does not make him overrated for what he has accomplished. So I need to know. This is a guy that shoots 41% from 3 for his career all time. He's been in the league 12 years. He shoots 41%. I don't know where this notion is coming from that he's the most overrated. So I'm just going to need you to explain it for me.
Okay. First of all, I want to say you said he was in his prime, he was one of the best two-way guards. First of all, you said he was two-time all defensive NBA. He made it once in 2018. All NBA. He has two All NBAs. Two All NBA. He's made All NBA team twice. I'm not taking anything away from his shooting ability. Yes, 41% is very, very good, especially over a span of 12 years, right? Klay Thompson is over, and the thing you said about Kyrie, I don't give him. I think Kyrie's overrated. Not in terms of his skill, his pure skill. He is the most skilled basketball player behind Kevin Durant that's ever touched a basketball. Skill wise, I'm not taking that away. In terms of impact, in terms of winning, Klay Thompson is the most overrated player that's ever touched a basketball. Like you said, because let me explain. You already mentioned my first one. You put Klay Thompson on his own team as he's the best player on that team. That team is a lottery team. He's a lottery team. He's made an all-star team, right? Would he make an all-star team on his own? I highly doubt it. Would he make All-NBA on his own? I highly doubt it. Now, he may have won that All-NBA defensive award in 2018. He very well may have still won on his own. All these other accolades you're naming, especially the four-time NBA champ, because again, I mentioned it. I didn't mention it over the air, but I told you yet last night. His impact was overshadowed because when you're looking at the Warriors, you're not looking for Klay Thompson. You're looking for Kevin Durant. You're looking for Steph Curry. You're looking for, because even in 2022, he wasn't the third or fourth best player on his team. I can name 3 players that were better than him. I give you Andrew Wiggins. I could give you Jordan Poole on that team that were better than him. I give you Draymond Green that were better than him. Draymond Green has 3 different defensive player of the years. 3. If you put Draymond back on that team in 2016 and take Klay Thompson off in Game 6, they have a better chance of winning. Klay Thompson's impact on the Warriors dynasty is severely overrated. 2014, he wasn't even the best second best player. There's a reason why Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP. His impact on winning games. And then you said he's a top 15 shooting guard of all time. I can give you 15 shooting guards that are better than Klay Thompson right now.
You can.
I absolutely can. Do you want me to name them?
Go ahead.
All right.
Let's
count as a class. Ready? Let's count as a class. Number 1, Michael Jordan. 2, Kobe Bryant. 3, Dwayne Wade. 4, Allen Iverson. 5, James Harden. 6, George Gervin. 7, Jerry West. Right? 8, Clyde Drexler. We're at 8. Okay? 9, Reggie Miller. Stop me if 10, Ray Allen. 11, Manu Ginobili. 12, Vince Carter. 13, T-Mac. 14, Earl the Pearl Monroe. No, nothing? Nothing? And 15, Joe Dumars.
He's 100% better than the last two that you just named.
Who are the last two I just named? Joe Dumars and who else?
Joe Dumars and Earl. He's better than
Earl
those
the Pearl
two
Monroe.
at least.
Earl Monroe, that of all people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's take a look at Earl Monroe. Earl Monroe.
Take a look.
Hey, again, 4-time All-Star, NBA champ, NBA 75th anniversary team.
Okay.
That's something Klay Thompson does not have.
Okay.
Again, and that even that on its own, and you look, you're not gonna like me. You're not gonna like me for saying this. I have a very good argument that all time, take out the rings, Devin Booker is a better shooting guard than Klay Thompson. Devin Booker averaged 6 more points. He averaged 2 more assists, and he averaged 1 more rebound. He has an All-NBA team. He was top 5 in MVP voting. Klay Thompson doesn't have All-NBA first team. Klay Thompson has never been higher than 10 in MVP voting. Again, so there's no way that Klay Thompson is a top 10 shooting guard of all time. It's just not. It's just
not top 10. He's definitely top 15.
Top 15.
He's better than Earl.
15.
He's better than Joe Dumars. Realistically speaking, okay, minus the name factor, what difference is there between a Klay Thompson and a guy like Ray Allen and Reggie Miller?
Ray Allen, did you watch him in Seattle?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. I saw
and in Milwaukee.
Yes. Yeah. I'm talking. Okay, let me clarify. Boston, Ray Allen, and on. What is the difference?
Yeah, there's no difference. But we're talking about Ray Allen as a basketball player, not just his time in Boston.
Okay.
But when you put it like that, you have to bring back the what is it? The characteristics of his career.
Reggie Miller,
to match Klay Thompson.
And
Reggie Miller Reggie Miller was the best player on his team.
I agree. But in terms of skill level and what they do, what is the difference between the two? They are both great 3-point shooters. And if you ask me, Klay is better defensively than Reggie Miller. Yes or no?
I agree.
Okay. In terms of shooting the basketball, I'm taking Reggie Miller.
Hold on. My bad. I thought you said Ray Allen. Reggie Miller is debatable. I thought you said Ray Allen. Reggie Miller is debatable.
Well, I did say Ray Allen, and then I realized for the first half of his career that Ray Allen was a dunker, and most people don't actually know that.
Nobody realizes that. Nobody
really notices that part.
Credit to you.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm thinking because this is who I grew up watching. I grew up Boston and on Ray Allen, and that's where my mind is at. So we can gloss over Ray Allen because in the first half he was phenomenal. But in terms of what they do on the basketball floor, he's not all that different from Reggie Miller. I'm not saying that his greatness is similar to Reggie Miller. Obviously, it's not, right? As you mentioned, Reggie Miller is the number one guy who took his team through the East, right? With, Michael Jordan and the Knicks and all of those teams. But in terms of what they do on the basketball floor, they're not all that different. So to have Reggie Miller so far ahead of Klay Thompson when what they do is similar, I think is kind of weird to me, but I understand it. There's the name factor. There's the fact that he was competing against MJ, and that propels him. But to have Klay Thompson as low as he is, to me, is blasphemy. It is. I don't know.
I just gave you 15, 16 names that you could put over Klay Thompson of all time.
I'm putting him 13. For me,
I have
him above Booker. I have him above Earl, and I have him above Joe. I have him above all three of those players.
Why?
Okay, so for Earl, you mentioned NBA titles. He's got 1 to Clay's 4. Null and void. We talk about all-star appearances, right? That's what you said, all-star?
No, All NBA.
Or all NBA. Okay. Earl has what? You said 4?
No. Earl has, I think, 1. I'm pretty sure Earl has 1.
Earl has 1 all NBA team.
Yes.
To Clay's 2.
Yes.
Okay. Null and void. What was the last one that you said? You said something else.
Oh yeah. Oh, the big boy. NBA 75th anniversary team. The 75 greatest players of all time.
Okay. How much of that is contributed to name factor?
That's none of my business. That's none of my business and what contributes to that 75th anniversary. All I know is NBA came up with the 75 best players.
So
Earl Monroe was on there.
I
Thompson was
agree.
out.
I understand, but in terms of titles, in terms of all NBA, he has an all defensive team. I don't know if Earl has one. You didn't name it if he did. So in terms of accolade, Clay's better. So why are we sitting here and saying that just because he's on the all NBA 75 team, he's automatically better?
I mean,
why are we saying that?
Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm also not just saying that, but again, Earl Monroe was, again, I personally didn't watch him. He played in the 60s, but again, these are guys that established themselves as stars on their team and had an impact on their team. Klay Thompson had an impact, but he didn't have a Steph Curry impact. He didn't have a Kevin Durant impact. He didn't even have a Draymond Green impact.
Klay as an individual player is better than Earl Monroe.
Okay,
yes or no?
Okay. Devin Booker as an individual player is better than Klay Thompson. That is not even close.
So I wanna go back to your argument in saying that if Klay was a number 1 on his team, he would be a lottery team. Yes?
Yes. Every year.
Devin Booker, prior to getting DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul, where was he?
He was a lottery team.
Okay. I just want to point it out. For the first however many, I don't even know how many years he was in, 6 years before he got Ayton and Chris Paul?
Yes.
I don't remember when he was drafted. But
was
for those
2015.
First 6 years, he was a lottery team.
Yep. I have 2 questions for you. 2 questions. And you can answer them in either fashion, either way.
Okay.
First question.
Okay.
Was Devin Booker in his prime? Second question. Who was the best player on that team when they went to the finals? Answer them in either way, whatever fashion.
We're talking the 6 years he was Lotto, right? Was he in his prime?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
What was the second question?
Who was the best player on that Suns team that went to the finals? And then I got one more, actually.
Booker.
Okay. On any team that Klay Thompson has played on in which they went to a championship and or lost the championship, was he a top 2 player?
One more time.
On any team the Warriors went to and or lost a NBA championship, was he the second best? Was he a top 2 player?
Yes.
When?
2016. When they lost to Cleveland. Second best. Yes or no?
No.
Who do you have above him?
Draymond Green won Defensive Player of the Year that year. I'm taking Draymond over him.
Okay. 2015 was the year of Iggy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then 2017, 2018, 2019 was KD.
Yes.
2022, who are you taking?
Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond.
Okay. I can't argue with that.
I mean, because listen, I'm not like Klay Thompson was a good player. people just give him way too much credit for the White Warriors dynasty, and then people want to throw him in the conversation as best backcourt in the NBA history largely because of Steph Curry.
But when they were both in their prime, they were the best backcourt in the league. Yes or no?
They were the best team in the league. Don't know if they're the best backcourt.
In 2016, were they not the best backcourt in the league?
Try to think of the other backcourts. By default, yes.
By default, okay. By default.
That's
what we're going with.
I'll give you that.
That's what we're going with. By default. All right.
By default.
Okay.
By default,
I'll make sure.
But
with that, I gotta go.
This was.
It's at minutes over.
Yeah. I know that was a great conversation. Great show today. Great show today. Huge shout out to Sudi for coming on and spending some time with us. And then that great conversation at the end about Klay Thompson. But that's gonna close it out. I know Kev in the end was just kind of listening, and he was just kind of enjoying me and D'Lo going back and forth.
It was entertainment for me.
So, but as always, thank you both for coming on with me today. Are you guys back tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you muted, D'Lo.
Shit, maybe. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right. Well, Kev will be back tomorrow. If D'Lo is available, he'll be back tomorrow. I'll of course be back tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it, man. For just shout out to the people who have been consistently supporting. I don't think I've done that enough. Huge shout out to them who have been consistently supporting and watching. I do want to shout out definitely Swain. Swain has been amazing. John Holiday, John has been also a huge supporter. So those two guys, especially Jesse, have been huge supporters. Ricky, yeah. So huge shout out to them. But that's gonna close it out for D'Lo, for Kev, for yours truly. We out, man. We gonna see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.